On this episode of Insane Throttle, we explore the thrilling journey of joining a motorcycle club as a way to escape the constraints of politics and society rules, only to find out there are more rules and politics within a motorcycle club. Could this be the reason why so many people decide to leave their motorcycle clubs? Could this also be the reason why so many people are turned off by motorcycle clubs in modern times? Let's get this going.
Ride or die, 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 fly. Know that they ride or die. Cody, brothers, my guys, know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. I keep
So you have to agree, if you were, and this is mainly for those that actually were in a motorcycle club or left because of the distaste for all the politics of a so-called brotherhood. Now, lately, we've been seeing that play out with Black Dragon. So if you don't know what's going on over there, go check out his channel. But, you know, I've been in clubs, and the biggest thing that I didn't like was all the politics, especially the infighting that is involved in clubs, all because of position. Now, we're sitting here thinking, and everybody that wants to go in the club, the number one word that everybody hears is brotherhood. Now, what's brotherhood entail? That entails being close to a set of people, being there for each other no matter what. And you don't expect that politics is going to play a role in that. But, you know, we are humans, and there's always that power grab that comes behind it. Now, in the early days, you could say it was more of a brotherhood thing, and it's just because the socio, you know, how can we say it, culture, if you will, made that possible. Nowadays, it really does seem like it's not impossible with set organizations to keep the politics away from everything. And I guess that's more in the larger clubs than the smaller ones. I actually think the smaller clubs represent what it was supposed to be about. I'm talking clubs that only have one chapter, maybe two, compared to the mega clubs, if you will. The United States has exported one thing, and that's MCs. So when you get that big, there is going to be power plays within that. Where is the brotherhood? It's really not there. And we were supposed to be the original rebels of everything. That's not true. There's more rules in an MC than anywhere. And I think that's where independent writers come in, where they don't have all these stupid rules. Come on, it can get freaking stupid with some of these rules. You hear this MC protocol stuff all over the internet. All over what you should, what you shouldn't do. And it's like, damn, man, let me get a notebook or something to write down what I'm supposed to do, because there's thousands of things. And it was like, man, this wasn't what it was based on. Mainly, there was only 3 rules. Don't shoot up. Don't mess with an old lady's or an old lady of another member, and don't steal. That was a good basic guideline, if you will, of what clubs were supposed to be about. That's why you hear a lot of guys that went through in the 80s and 90s talk about the 60s and 70s, because it was more in tune to what they wanted to be a part of. That's just a lot of these clubs, they were racing teams, and because the AMA didn't like what they were doing, They became outlaws according to the AMA. So they went out and did their own thing. And they did it because they didn't want to follow rules. So how in the hell did it become where you had to follow all these rules that have been set out? And I have to say, a lot of these rules that people are promoting on the internet, you just shake your head sometimes, because you could take a whole course at college now with what the so-called protocols are, the so-called rules, the so-called traditions of motorcycle clubs. And I know the ones that really started this stuff never thought it would become what it has today. Look at the patch policing issues. That's what everybody calls it, when the bigger clubs are policing the younger clubs. And I have to admit, there was a purpose for it at one time, meaning, the bigger clubs didn't want smaller clubs just taking their stuff. Well, it's gotten really out of hand, and it's gotten territorial over the decades. And you say to yourself, and I know a lot of people are going to argue about this, maybe that's a good thing. But if you don't want to be considered a gang, don't act like a gang. Don't go out there and pushing your will onto everybody else. That's what independent bikers are going to say. And a lot of people that are going to say that have been in clubs, personally, I think it's stupid as hell. There was clubs upon clubs upon clubs when it first started out. And they sure to hell weren't doing that kind of stuff. But nowadays, it seems like the norm. That's their way of getting power and growing. Which ain't, it's not bad to grow. But a lot of the ways to grow are gone. Having a tight-knit brotherhood. And it just don't seem that way, because you see it all the time with the people that are leaving clubs. And the first thing they say is, well, the brotherhood ain't there. And you have to sit there and ask yourself, okay, why ain't the brotherhood there anymore? Well, it's because of the politics and the rules. You get these overreaching guys that want all the power and want to run things the way they want to run them. They want to think they're God. It's crap. Because if you think about it, you're the one putting the money into the club. So what gives them the right to make money off the club? Very interesting. And that's another thing I've heard, especially now. These presidents making money off the club. Feeling entitled that they should get a piece of the pie. Now, whatever they're doing on the streets is whatever they do. That's, that goes under street stuff. But when it comes to a club, that's a lot different stuff. And you really saw a lot of this play out with Black Dragon. We had a good talk on air about it. How certain individuals wanted to be in power, wanted to get rid of them, wanted to, because let's be honest, Black Dragon's the one who brought Black Sabbath to the forefront. Nobody knew who they were, what they were about, except because of Black Dragon. How they went after him on the internet is like, man, and you're nationals, and you're going to pull something like that when he has all the following, and then you have others that are with him that have a following. It was a no-win situation from the start. Personally, I think you should let him back in the club, let him retire, do whatever, take the out bad bullshit status off of him. But hey, that's your club, man. If you want to look like Iron Order, look like Iron Order, man. That's on you. But anyway, if you were in a club, what do you think? Do politics and rules destroy everything? Because let's face it, a lot of people joined the club to get away from that kind of stuff. RCs are actually a lot closer to what the original people that founded a lot of these clubs were going after. Think about that. RCs are actually more closer in line with how it first started. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, baby. Videos every Monday and Thursday. Then China Dow goes on the Madhouse one. She's doing really good over there. Make sure, again, to check her out immediately after this one. Rock on, baby.
Is an in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.
Yeah.